It was supposed to be one of the busiest holiday travel weekends of the year. Families returning home after Christmas, students heading back to school, workers rushing to beat the New Year schedule. But instead, airports froze, highways shut down, and thousands of travelers suddenly found themselves stranded. This is the story of the powerful winter storm that brought U.S. holiday travel to a complete standstill, how it formed, how it spread, and why it triggered one of the worst travel disruptions in recent years. To understand what happened, we need to start where the storm began. In the final days of December, a surge of Arctic cold air pushed down from Canada, colliding with a warm moisture system sweeping across the eastern United States. When these two powerful forces met, they created the perfect conditions for a major winter storm, one capable of dumping heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain across multiple states. Meteorologists issued winter storm warnings, ice alerts, and travel advisories, stretching from Pennsylvania and New Jersey up through New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. The storm system was slow-moving, intensely cold, and dangerously slippery, and it struck right at the peak of holiday travel. As the storm strengthened, it swept across major metropolitan areas, including New York City, Long Island, northern New Jersey, and parts of Pennsylvania and New England. Some regions recorded as much as 6 to 10 inches of snow, combined with layers of sleet and freezing rain that turned highways and runways into sheets of ice. Snowplows worked non-stop, but icy roads forced authorities to issue driving restrictions and commercial vehicle bans in several areas. Police departments and emergency workers urged residents to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary. The first signs of breakdown began inside the nation's airports. As runways froze and visibility dropped, airlines began delaying departures, then canceling flights entirely. What started as scattered disruptions quickly spread across the national aviation network. In major hubs like JFK Airport, LaGuardia, and Newark, rows of departure screens turned red. Ground crews struggled to de-ice aircraft. Snow continued to fall, and air traffic controllers were forced to slow or suspend operations. Thousands of passengers waited in long lines, uncertain when or if they would be able to travel. But the storm's impact didn't stay local. When a major hub shuts down, the ripple effect spreads across the entire national flight network. Flights headed to the Northeast were diverted, crews and aircraft were left out of position, and connections were broken. Passengers in states untouched by snow still felt the impact, experiencing delays, missed connections, and last-minute cancellations. A single winter storm had now disrupted flights nationwide. So why was this storm so disruptive? The answer lies in timing. The holiday season is one of the highest traffic travel periods of the year. Flights are full, airports are crowded, and travelers have limited rebooking options. When a storm strikes during this period, there are fewer spare seats, fewer backup flights, and almost no flexibility in the system. Add icy roads, airport congestion, ground delays, and a surge of stranded passengers, and the result is a massive chain reaction that brings holiday travel to a halt. In the next module, we dive deeper into how the airline system collapsed during the storm, the numbers, the cancellations, and the human stories from travelers caught in the middle. As the winter storm intensified with heavier snowfall and fiercer winds battering the region, what began as a seemingly manageable regional weather event quickly transformed into a full-scale aviation crisis, grounding countless flights and overwhelming airport operations across the Northeast. In this chapter, we go deep inside the airline system to uncover the intricate details of how thousands of cancellations happened in rapid succession, why initial delays snowballed into a massive cascade of disruptions affecting the entire network, and the first-hand experiences of passengers enduring long waits, uncertainty, and frustration amid the growing chaos. Within just hours, the storm triggered widespread disruptions that rippled through the aviation system. Major Northeast hubs were hit first by the brunt of the blizzard, with runways closing and flights stacking up, but the effects quickly spread nationwide as diverted planes clogged schedules in distant cities, turning a regional issue into a national travel nightmare. Flights were canceled en masse due to hazardous ice accumulation on wings, tails, and runways, compounded by dangerously high crosswinds that made takeoffs impossible. As aircraft sat idle and flight crews reached duty limits or were misplaced, it created powerful network shockwaves that amplified the problems exponentially across airlines' routes. The cancellation or grounding of even one flight disrupts the precise rotations of aircraft, scatters flight crews who are now out of position for their next assignments, and breaks interconnected service chains that stretch across multiple states and regions, which explains why travelers in sunny, storm-free cities like those in Florida or Texas suddenly found themselves stuck with no way to proceed. Airports became chaotic scenes of total gridlock, where exhausted families curled up sleeping on hard terminal floors wrapped in coats and blankets for warmth. Endless queues formed for rebooking counters stretching the length of concourses. Nearby hotels sold out completely, leaving no options for rest, and an overriding sense of uncertainty and helplessness reigned over the crowded spaces. The disruptions extended far beyond aviation, as roads iced over, leading to hazardous driving conditions with vehicles sliding or stuck, while buses and trains faced their own delays and cancellations due to the same brutal weather, hitting the most vulnerable hardest. Families traveling with young children, the elderly needing assistance, and international travelers unfamiliar with the system and far from support networks. In the midst of this turmoil, passengers' luggage was frequently separated from them, resulting in massive piles of unclaimed bags cluttering baggage claim areas with tags fluttering uselessly, which laid bare the shocking fragility of our highly interconnected travel systems, where a single weather event can unravel the delicate balance of air, ground, and logistics networks worldwide. In Module 3, we will explore the enormous economic costs racked up by airlines, airports, and businesses, the various responses mounted by carriers and government agencies to mitigate the damage, and a detailed look at what happened next as recovery efforts unfolded in the days following the storm. By the time the winter storm passed, the damage had already been done. Thousands of flights canceled, millions of travelers delayed, and travel systems stretched to the breaking point. In this chapter, we look beyond the chaos to uncover the true financial cost of the storm, how airlines responded, and what rights travelers really had during the crisis. Every canceled flight carries a cost. Lost ticket revenue, crew logistics, fuel contracts, airport fees, rerouting expenses, hotel vouchers, and overtime staffing all add up. Airports lost revenue from parking, concessions, and ground services. Local businesses around airports, hotels, restaurants, taxis, and rideshare drivers felt sudden surges one moment and cancellations the next. Travel insurance companies processed thousands of unexpected claims, while stranded travelers paid for replacement tickets, meals, and accommodation out of pocket. In the end, the storm's impact wasn't just operational. It became a multi-million-dollar economic shock to the travel ecosystem.
The winter storm may have passed, but its lessons remain. In this final chapter, we look forward, asking one critical question. How can travelers, airlines, and cities better prepare for the next major storm? For travelers, preparation begins long before arriving at the airport. Experts recommend booking flights earlier in the day, when delays are less likely to compound. Nonstop flights reduce the chance of being stranded during a layover. Flexible tickets, refundable hotel bookings, and travel insurance provide an added safety buffer, especially during peak winter months. And most importantly, always travel with a plan B. Technology now plays a critical role in winter travel survival. Real-time flight tracking apps, airline notifications, and weather alert systems allow travelers to react faster, sometimes even before airlines officially announce disruptions. Many airports and airlines now publish digital storm advisories, rebooking portals, and automatic delay alerts. These tools help passengers make decisions earlier, securing alternative flights or accommodations before crowds build. In a travel crisis, information becomes power. Airlines, too, are learning from major winter disruptions. Some carriers are investing in predictive scheduling software, helping identify weak points in flight rotations before storms hit. Fleet management systems are being upgraded to reduce the chain reaction effect of cancellations, moving toward more resilient scheduling models. The goal isn't to eliminate winter storms. It is to prevent small disruptions from becoming full-scale breakdowns. Beyond airlines, Airports and cities are investing in winter resilience infrastructure. Upgraded runway de-icing systems, snow removal fleets, and cold weather emergency shelters help keep essential travel moving during severe storms. Many airports now coordinate directly with local governments, aligning storm response strategies for roads, transport services, and emergency support. Winter storms are no longer treated as seasonal disruptions. They are recognized as critical urban resilience challenges. Looking ahead, experts agree extreme weather events are likely to continue. But the future of winter travel will rely on innovation, preparation, and adaptability. Artificial intelligence may soon predict flight disruptions days in advance. Automation could streamline rebooking and passenger assistance. And travelers themselves are becoming more informed, cautious, and preparedness minded. The winter storm revealed vulnerabilities, but it also highlighted progress. In the end, winter storms will always be part of our world. But through planning, resilience, and smarter systems, travelers, airlines, and cities can face the next storm with greater confidence. This has been our four-part documentary on the winter storm crisis, Inside the Travel Meltdown. Thank you for watching.